Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Crystal. We're at the Brick Wall Shop on the Poshmark app. I'm a part-time reseller, full-time mom, and a coastie wife. I was planning on doing this live, but I'm having some technical difficulties, so I'm just going to record it and I'm going to upload it, no editing. So I'm going to get into, I just got back from Posh Fest a couple of hours ago. I'm exhausted. Kids were excited to see me. My husband was excited for me to relieve him with the kids. I haven't even taken off my wristband yet, and I'm gonna record this, maybe do some listings. I hit up the bins for the first time on the way to Posh Fest and the way home. And yeah, my trunk is full, so I have stuff in the wash right now. Yeah, and I also ordered a blue box from Goodwill, which showed up, I think right after I left on Thursday, which I might try to do an unboxing later, because I did open it and I went through it, and on top, there's a very Bradley bag. There's a St. John's piece in there that I'm really excited about. So I might try to do an unboxing. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. Anyway, I took lots of notes at Posh Fest, so let's get into what I learned. Let's see. First of all, there are 50 million people on Poshmark and only 7 million sellers. So if you're thinking about being a seller, you're afraid that you're a seller and you don't want anybody else to join, there's a lot more people on there buying than selling, so don't be afraid. If you saw my Instagram post, I got an idea for my cards, on my thank you cards, to tell the buyer, one, thank you for your purchase, like always, but also ask them to not just follow you on Instagram, but to style whatever you sold them, take a picture, post it on Instagram, and tag you. So I thought that was a great idea. I'm going to start adding that to my thank you notes. Let's see what else. There are more people on Poshmark making money than on Uber, Airbnb, Etsy, and any other place like that. So yeah, more people are making money there than driving for Uber, renting out a room in your house. Poshmark is going to start doing international shipping soon, which I'm pretty excited about, because I am a military wife and there's always a chance that we could move overseas, and if we moved overseas, that would really affect me being able to sell on Poshmark. It just wouldn't be possible for the 1 to 2 years that we're over there. And let's see, the first breakout session that I went to was Act Like a Boss Beyond Business Basics. So I started this by, I had just had my second daughter. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I had all these maternity clothes. I bought my maternity clothes from Motherhood, Target, Stitch Fix, Burlington, all kinds of places, wherever I could find them. And some of them I had bought even at the end of my pregnancy with my second daughter, because she was born at the end of the summer. The other one was born at the beginning of the summer. I didn't have a lot of summer clothes for my pregnancy, but I needed stuff to wear. I was huge, and so my clothes didn't fit. So I bought summer clothes, and I wore them for 2 months. And so I didn't want to just give them away. So I started selling them on Poshmark, and they sold really fast. And I started watching YouTube videos, like a lot of other people do, and found places that I could source. I'm not one that goes to the bins or Goodwill, even though I did on the, as I said, on the way to Poshmark or Posh Fest, but I found other ways to source online through liquidation companies. Anyway, I don't have a business plan, which they discussed having a business plan, and a lot of other people start the same way, clearing out their closet and realize they can make money, and let's make this a business. So I'm gonna get on writing a business plan. There's a free website from the government called Score that will help you write a business plan for free. They also talked about joining the Small Business Association. You should make a manual with standard operating procedures. That way, if you grow really big and you need to hire people, those things are already in place. One thing I did kind of know I need to do is get a CPA. My aunt, who I actually stayed with while I was at Posh Fest, is a CPA, and I didn't really have time to talk to her about it, but I'm gonna get tips from her first, maybe get some recommendations. Because I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for taxes. I'm also considering incorporating, once I get a little bit bigger. They've recommended utilizing the sales report for your taxes. I've looked at my sales report once. I keep a notebook similar to this, a little bit bigger, and I like to write all my stuff out. I don't do Excel. I don't know why, but I don't. It was also recommended to even take the H&R Block tax class. They said it was about $150, but it could help you with your taxes if you're not that big, and that way you didn't have to hire a CPA. So I might look into it, consider that. The next breakout session that I took was content strategies and how to break into YouTube. So one thing is to be consistent, and I have not been consistent on here. So I'm going to attempt to once a week post a video, whether it's a haul video, a tips video, a what I sold video, something, or just an update. It is kind of hard for me because I do have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, and my husband is frequently gone for weeks at a time. He's currently here, but he's not here much longer, so we'll see if I get a video out next week. I'll try. But I'm gonna work on being consistent, and I'm gonna also try to figure out how to live stream. So I can't do it from my phone, and I had some technical difficulties doing it from my computer. It was also suggested in YouTube to don't overthink it. You don't need to over edit it. You don't need to try to shorten your video, make it longer. Just be natural and do your video. Don't try to make it longer, or don't try to edit it out because you think it's too long. Just do what's natural. But you should try to at least make them 10 minutes for advertising. List everything in your description, which I'm going to try to do that here. Use lots of keywords, but make sure that your keywords make sense. Don't talk about, cute animal videos when it's a hauling video. Don't use over-the-top titles like, oh my god, I can't believe this, like, look what I found. at the bins, and then you like show just bread and butter stuff, like actually have good stuff. Just hashtag a couple of key things. Let's see, ask people to share your video on Instagram, and tell them in return you'll share one of their posts on Instagram. Tell your subscribers in your video what to do, or your watchers. So 1, follow me at the Brick Wall Shop on Instagram, follow me on Poshmark, the Brick Wall Shop, and click subscribe down below. And tell your watchers, your viewers, a few times throughout your videos. Let's see. Also, if you want to know how you can add value, you should look at your analytics on YouTube. And it was recommended that you live stream, which, yeah, that didn't work out so well tonight. And AdSense, you need 1,000 subscribers, and the YouTube guy said that they had changed the watch hours, and I think originally it was 10,000 and it's less, but he didn't remember how much. Next, I did taking your relationship beyond the app. So they talked about doing Posh and Sips, the Posh and Coffee, going to Poshmark Live. And if you host a Posh and Sip, that you should reach out to your fellow Poshers and ask them to send you stuff for your swag bag. That they often will love to send you something because it gets them free advertisement for their closet. That's really all I took away from that one. Let's see. A few things that I learned about listings. Your title should be at least 4 to 5 words. Your description on your listings should be 20 to 25 words. You should mention the original price where it says original price. I know I'm guilty of often putting 0 if I don't know. I get a lot of stuff that's new with tags. It has the price. If it has the price, I put the price. If it doesn't, I don't. Sometimes I look it up. I try to find out, or I just put 0. But I'm going to change that. I'm going to start trying to put something, because somebody sees that it was originally $100 and they're buying it for $20. They're like, wow, like I'm getting 80% off. They like to see that they're getting a good deal. You should have at least 4 or more pictures. You should do offers to likers. I know some people aren't big on offers to likers, but you're 80 to 90% more likely to sell if you do an offer to liker. And it was suggested that you do a price drop on stale items. I do sometimes do price drops, and then I go back and I raise the price after 6 hours. So that's just what I do. And I have tried a few different things with the offers to likers. I've done just once a week on like Friday, going through and everybody that has liked anything, sending them all offers on Friday, because I figure that's payday, and if they didn't send me an offer right away, then maybe they're waiting to get paid or whatever, and I send it to them on Friday to remind them. I've also tried sending an offer right away within a couple minutes, and I think I get more when I send it right away. I do get some people purchasing it when I send it on a Friday, but I think I'm gonna start doing like 10% on Friday, and then I'm gonna go through, or 10% right away, and then on Fridays do 20% to, you know, a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to kind of incorporate both of those. The hackathon. I was really excited about some of the things they listed at the hackathon. They're now going to have a private field listing. So first it'll be your cost price. So if you pick something up, like I got this I did get this at the Goodwill. We have a Goodwill outlet here, but it's not a Ben's, and everything's $2. So I could put in there that I got this dress for $2. This item I got from a liquidation box. So I get 75 items and it's about $2.50. So I try to, you know, break it down to how much each item cost me, even though something like this I probably will make like 15 bucks off of it. But I got a For Love and Lemons dress that I hope to make $80 off of. But I still want to at least know that each item that I've listed, that I'm making I get at least $4 for it. Although I'd rather get a lot more, but I'm gonna put that in so that I know. And there's gonna be a SKU field, and you can use that for like where you store your items. Like if you do tubs, I do tubs, and you can number them, and then so you see when somebody purchases it, okay, that is in box 1. So I can go straight to box 1 and find it versus like, where did I put that? Or having to do a code in your listing. You'll have a private field. Nobody will see your little codes. And there will also be another box where you can put other information. So, you know, you could say, I picked this up at the bins. I got this, you know, at a regular Goodwill. You know, Jane down the street gave this to me. I picked it up at the garage sale. I got it from whatever liquidation company. Just so, you know, whatever kind of notes you want to leave in there. Next is they're going to have an inventory report, which I'm really excited about because sometimes it's hard to tell how long my listings have been there. So it's going to show like how long your listings have been there. Gosh, I have to go back and look. It'll have your private information section on there. It'll have the name, the highest price that you've ever had it for, the lowest price you've ever had it for. You can put it into Excel. It'll have the current price. It'll have the number of likes, the number of days listed, the listing date, as I said. I think that's it. But I'm excited because I like to know, like, it's hard to like look at it on my phone. I never know how many likes an item has unless I go into it. I don't know what my lowest price that I've offered it at unless I hit, you know, to change, you know, offer public, like lower the price. So they'll make it much easier. The other thing that they're gonna have, which I'm not sure about, the inventory and the private fields listings will be in a few weeks. Another thing, they're still working on it. They said it will be a few months, is Posh Stories. It'll have a handful of preset hashtags. It'll look just like Instagram stories. You'll be able to add text. It'll have different fonts. You can tag what you're wearing. You can tag the listing. So, you know, if you want to model something, you can tag other closets. So, hey, I bought this from so-and-so and I could tag it, or so but it will be very similar to Instagram stories. It looks just like it. One thing I don't like about it is I follow a lot of people, and a lot of people follow me, and I will use it to advertise stuff. I'm probably not gonna watch your stories. I'm sorry. I don't have time to watch that many. I have kids. I'd rather be listing or sharing my closet. So I'm probably not gonna watch them. Let's see. The next day, the breakout sessions that I went to, the first one I went to was content strategy and how to build your brand through storytelling on Instagram. Suggested that you do polls. Ask your followers, what do they want to see? Do they want to see brands you picked up? Do they want to see your sales? Ask them what they want to see, and then do it. Suggested that in your stories that you do a few words and then do a ... so that they have to click on your picture. It will then have it linked to a post on your page, so then it'll bring them to your page, bring more traffic. They'll see your post, maybe give you a follow, but it'll give them more interaction with you. One thing I'm guilty of with the I do campaigns as often as I can on Poshmark, and one big thing that I'm guilty of saying a lot is shop my closet. I'm going to stop that because it was recommended to not say that. Your bio is important on Instagram. Just be yourself. If you go live on Instagram, YouTube, pretend like you're talking to your friend. Apps to use with Instagram is when to post, so it will analyze what time, day gets the most traction to your post, and to edit your pictures is to use the Lightroom app. Next, I went to the demo of live thrifting and sourcing. It was suggested, so I don't really thrift because I don't have time. I can't take my kids. They just can't do it. My husband's gone a lot, so I don't have him to watch my kids. So I do go to this on Fridays, sometimes Mondays. I do drop my 3-year-old off at a drop off for 3 hours. And then I just have my 1-year-old, and I do go to this Goodwill that's not far from her drop off, where everything's $2. But it's all hanging on racks. I'm not digging through bins. So I do sometimes go in there. But if you go to the bins, ask about when they have raw days. So raw days are days that it's just stuff that was donated, didn't go to a regular Goodwill store, it just went straight to the bins. Because they have tag days, they have raw days. Tag days are when it was pulled from a Goodwill store and brought there. When you go to a thrift store, go to the usually where the fitting rooms are, and there's always a go back rack, just like when you go into a regular store, and check those because somebody was interested in those. They looked at it, they wanted to buy it, they tried it on, didn't fit, whatever, but somebody was interested. So those tend to be, you probably will have other people interested. They talked about some vintage. If you're interested in doing vintage, look for single stitch. Apparently nowadays it's all, I don't think you can probably see this, but there's like a double stitch on here, and vintage items just have one stitch. Levi's, look for the capital E on the tag. That tends to be vintage. And they suggested, if you're interested in Levi's and their story and vintage Levi's, to watch the documentary Blue Gold, which I'm going to do someday this week after my kids go to bed. If you're looking for stuff for your homes, the home goods section of your closet, Disney coffee mugs. Apparently that's a big thing. I live in LA, so I'm not far from Disney. So there should be some at the Goodwill. I don't know. I'm going to start looking. Let's see. I also went to that more in-depth about the hackathon stuff, but I already went over that with you. One thing I didn't say, the Posh stories, you can also record up to a 15-second video for those. And the Posh stories will be available for 48 hours. Let's see. That's pretty much all. Okay, a couple more things. So they had a where you could try out a new feature. I did get to do that. The new feature that they're looking at possibly doing, which I'm kind of excited about, is like a Style Me type feature. So a customer would go in, kind of fill out like what their style is like, and the app will automatically style them with a handful of items, ask them what those items they like, so your items might show up in that if they get styled and they're like, oh yeah, that's me, versus they're not going and searching. So if you have something that's not necessarily a brand name item, it might show up that way. And I do carry some stuff that's not name brand, because I get some Amazon returns and there's some weird brands in there, but it's cute stuff. Like this thing, I don't even know what it is. I don't even know the name of it, but it's super cute. Like, does anybody know what that is? Oops, I dropped my thing. But it's like this little romper, and it's long sleeve, and it's like open here, so it's like open sleeve. It's new. It's cute. And I kind of wish it fit me, because I probably would have worn it to Posh Fest. But, somebody might discover it that way. But yeah, it'll show them based on their size and style. Future things that they're looking at is possible packing slips. So when you print out your label, you also get a packing slip that you can put in your box, and it also will tell you what item your person bought. Because I know I print out all my labels if I have a bunch of sales, and then I package my stuff, and then I go print out the labels, and I take all this stuff down there, and then I have to open the app and I have to look and see, okay, so this username bought that, so then I have to look on the label for that, and this way it'll just have a packing slip. And another thing is that they're also looking into possible auto decline for lowball offers, which I know that's a thing on eBay, and a lot of people want that, which will be nice, because I know I got offered $50 on a $150 dress that I have, and I don't want to take that. And or I get offered $10 on a $50 item. I don't want to go that low, especially if I've only had it posted for a week. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you're still watching, again, click the subscribe button, Follow me on Instagram at Brick Wall Shop. And thanks for watching. And hopefully I'll have another video next week. Bye.